Start streaming. Pick it right up. So yeah, that should have cut down on the amount of back and forth, I think. I'll keep the music on in the background a little bit. We could listen to the entirety of this gig. This isn't me playing. This is a whole other band. So here is what I'm reading tonight. It's the Book of Q. I'm going to pop open the chat off to the side window here. I like having the chat open where it's visible. Signatures are important. Yeah, okay. I agree, by the way. Signatures are important. I'm going to get a cup of tea now that I got everything up and running again. Oops, sorry. Tripping. Trip, you trip, you trip, you trip. Oh yeah. Thanks, Chris. Go, preacher man. Oh, so this is the Q document. Decreased altitude won't fly that high again. This is what I was reading earlier. Higher altitude, greater the risk of conspiracy, ST. Many cannot, will not swallow. What is no such agency Q group? Yeah, exactly. NSA Q group. Who has clearance to the full picture? Important. SIS is good. Admiral R. What agency is at war with clowns in America? Yes, exactly. What agency is at war with clowns in America? In all honesty, what agency is at war with clowns in America? That's a really good question. How does the POTUS shift the narrative? New age of enlightenment. 80% covert, 20% public. You know, there's also another problem, which is that 20% feel that they do 80% of the work. You see what I'm saying? That's the normal way that demographic is shifted. But that's the normal way it's spun. Maybe that's a better way of putting it. I'm putting in a monster day today because I guarantee you I ate a couple of good meals the last 2 days. Or 3 really good meals. And it's doing me fine. I don't need to listen to this yet. 80% covert, 20% public. What has occurred over the last several months? Sea info leaks, operations, think Saudi Arabia. CNN sale, yeah, that's been up in the air. What corporations, companies wreck large cash injections by clowns in America? Public? Why? Why does it hurt? And yeah, there's another one. Between brackets, U.S. risk this week, God and country. Between brackets, new public hack attempt. Deed CBTS through thread on Paul was flooded with shills and bots that day, spamming the board. Thread went offline, giving 404 errors. When I checked back next day, it was back up. Intense shilling continuing ever since. Intense shilling coin continued ever since. Shilling coin. That's funny. That's funny. Between brackets square and between brackets circle. Primary objective from beginning, POTUS discredit MSM. Yes. Who controls the MSM? U.S. risk this week. Primary objective from the beginning. Why is this relevant? How is information transmitted? Why are people informed? How are they? Why was Sarah A.C. attacked? Hack attempt. Why was Operation Mockingbird repeated? Why was Jason Bourne's CIA dream repeated? Yes. Why was it rebooted? That's a good question. Think social media. Right. Who are the wizards and warlocks? Good question. Council do the wizards and warlocks control? Think Snowden. Inside terms dropped. Alice and Wonderland understood. Snow White understood. Iron Eagle, Godfather, Speed, everything has meaning. Disney is a distraction. I agree. Senate and Congress, puppets, not all power shift. For God, country, and humanity, Geronimo. Ooh, Geronimo, that's a call out, that one. Are they calling out the Skull and Bones or what? Security breach, spilled secrets have shaken the NSA to its core. This is not a game. Direct attack a day by NYT clowns in America. On the 12th, NSA shadow brokers. Do you believe it's a coincidence? How many coincidences do you need before you believe? This is the biggest insider drop in the history of the world. Serial leak of the agency is cyber weapons has damaged morale, slowed intelligence ops, and resulted in hacking attacks on business and civilian worldwide. Bullshit. There is a bit of bullshit there. This is a direct attack. The article is disinfo, but made to send a message to POTUS. Yes, exactly. The serial leak of the agency's cyber weapons has damaged. A serial leak talking directly about you know who. Fucking Q. Baby. Q, you've been fucked. Seeing as it's leaking anyway, he leaks it out. You're witnessing history. Coincidence? God be with us all. Clowns in America article released today by Q Group, or on Q Group, is a direct attack warning about what's being dropped here. Yes, it is. Read between the lines. Why was the article published? POTUS has been briefed. New measures active and in place. Update the graphic. Between brackets LDR. Distress call to others will do your family no good at this stage. We know where you, the family, are at all times. You can hear you breathing. Q. May God be with the people of Springs, Texas. Sutherland Springs, Texas. The FBI and law enforcement has arrived. Too cryptic to mean anything? Not consistent with earlier message. The storm has arrived. How do you capture a very dangerous animal on the 14th November? How do you capture a very dangerous animal? Boy, that's a hell of a question, isn't it? Isn't it? Do you attack it from the front? Do you walk around the front door? Through the front door? Do you signal ahead of time you will be attacking? Do you distinguish between good and bad? I would, as opposed to righteous and evil, or good and evil, even worse. Who do you trust to keep secrets? How do you prevent leaks? Who do you trust to complete the mission? How do you prevent warnings being sent? Why is Admiral R so important? Why was the source code to former NSA collections P's publicly released? Right. How do you blind the clowns in America? What was Snowden's primary mission? What was Snowden's real primary mission? Was Snowden truly acting on his own? Nothing is as it appears. Nothing is as it appears in the movie either. What show is being put on by AG Sessions since his confirmation? What show is being put on by POTUS since AG Sessions' confirmation? Why was Sessions' confirmation challenged heavily? Why was RR's confirmation smooth and easy? What was the vote count for RR? Did Sessions recuse himself? Why is that relevant? What group has vocally supported RM, Robert Mueller, repeatedly? How do you capture a very dangerous animal? Who is the best to conduct the attack? What is the one force necessary to retain control? What does the U.S. military play such a vital role in the global game of risk? Yeah, what is money without power? Why did POTUS depart Manila 30 minutes ahead of schedule? Yeah, good question. Why is Air Force One landing in Hawaii? Did Air Force One have an in-air refueling ability? Nothing is as it appears. What was the D.C. vote date down between Trump and Clinton? What's the nickname for D.C.? Why would sealed indictments be outside of D.C. jurisdiction? What purpose would it serve? Were judicial appointments being rapidly completed? Why are judicial appointments being rapidly completed? Who can you trust? Someone in Russia may sent some tweets. Theresa May warns the entire Western world may crumble. Anyone saw this in the vid? POTUS shows a short video summary of his Asia trip, few frames of view from AF1. Anand's identified landscape as North Korea. For the coming days ahead, ask yourself an honest question. This is on the 15th November. It's 45 days ago. Ish. Ask yourself an honest question. Why would a billionaire who has it all, fame, fortune, a warm and loving family, friends, want to endanger himself and his family by becoming president? Why would he want to target himself and those he cares about? Does he need money? Does he need fame? You got at them all already. What does he get out of this? Why would he want to make the U.S. or the world a better place for his family and those good and decent people who have long been taken advantage of? Perhaps he could not stomach the thought of mass murders occurring to satisfy Moloch. Interesting choice of term there, Moloch, as opposed to, which gets into the long-standing, how to put it, long-standing occult fascinations of Washington power structure. Not only Washington, but the U.S. The Republic, as it were, is still very Roman in its nature. So Moloch is still a going concern. Perhaps he could not stomach the thought of children being kidnapped, drugged, and raped, while leaders or law enforcement would turn a blind eye. Perhaps he was tired of seeing how certain races or countries, were being constantly abused and kept in need or poor or suffering for a specific purpose. Perhaps he could not in good conscience see the world burn. Why hours after the election did 7 people travel to an undisclosed location to hold a very private, highly secured, guarded meeting? Why didn't Hillary Hindenburg give a concession speech? What was the last time a presidential candidate didn't personally give a concession speech? What happens if a border remained open and the MSM continued to brainwash? At what point do patriots, the hard-working men and women, become the minority? What about voting machines? Who owns the voting machines? What about the voter ID laws? Photo ID, was it necessary? It must be presented? Make a list. Laugh. Reconcile. Would the chances of defeating evil grow less and less with each passing year? What does red line mean? Why again were the arrests made in Saudi Arabia so very important? ID required for all that side, but voting, no. Why were arrests made in Saudi Arabia very important? What strings were immediately cut? Follow the money. When does a bird sing? Protect the Pope, July 19th. This is back in the summer. Francis is destroying Catholic nature of the church. Well, my God, man, he's a fucking Jesuit. What are you saying? Pope Francis prioritized migrants' dignity over national security. And he's been responding to this lately. Soros paid $650,000 April 2015 to fund an initiative meant to shape the Pope's U.S. visit, shift national paradigms and priorities in the run-up for 2016 presidential campaign, emails revealed by a WikiLeaks show. Among these priorities is inserting his supposed humanitarian nose in other entities' business to promote the left-leaning causes, including population control, abortion, euthanasia, and homosexual marriage. Now, I have no problem with supposed leftward-leading causes, including population control, although I'm very picky about what you mean by that or what you do about that. If it means teaching people to use condoms, then I'm cool with it. Abortion, I'm also cool with it, even as a socialized medical alternative, but I don't think it's the first choice. I don't think it's the first choice. It's not something we should give out like candy. Euthanasia, also something which I think should be available, but the patient needs to ask for euthanasia. It's not a decision the system makes automatically. And homosexual marriage, well, what's the difference? Marriage is in quotation marks there because of the point of view of the person who compiled the document. Marriage is a property arrangement. Marriage is a property arrangement and always was. Not necessarily a holy union or a sacrament. So why would anybody have a problem with a homosexual marriage? There's no children to confuse the property, and at the end of the day, they're going to have to pass it down to someone else. But Soros was also paying two leftist organizations to work the buy-in of individual bishops who could be counted upon to show more public support, economic and racial justice messages, also secure a collection of bishops who are aligned with the Pope. Who financed 9/11? Who was Bin Laden's handler? Why was the clowns in America tasked to hunt, kill, and capture Osama bin Laden? The CIA, clowns in America. He's totally picking on the CIA hard. Why not MI? Yeah, why not military intelligence? That's true. Why would the CIA be allowed to run the op? To continue to run the op? It's ridiculous. Oh my God. If we found Osama bin Laden, eliminated his security, why would we immediately kill him and not take him alive? He ain't dead. What we want to, perhaps someday people will understand they had a plan to conduct another mass extinction event. Yes. Perhaps someday people will understand they had a plan to conduct another mass extinction event. Mass extinction. Bigger than the world wars. Bigger. World War I and II orchestrated and planned by select families. Fantasyland. Remember, more people there are, the more power people have. Agreed. Agreed. Why do D's push for gun control directly after every tragic incident? Yeah, I wonder why. Why is this so very important to their agenda? We the people are who they're afraid of. We the people who they fear will one day awake. I don't need to read the Lord's Prayer. Oh, I've heard so many different ways of saying that. Trump drinks water. Meanwhile, sitting U.S. Senator Menendez is still on trial for corruption, including hiring underage prostitutes. Zero coverage from Network News. Chadwick Moore. Roseanne Barr. Tell QAnon to DM me in the next 24 hours. The real Roseanne. Johnny Argent. Who's Q? Not sure what's going on with the account, Johnny. Went ghost about an hour ago. Her website is also gone, but her Facebook page exists, but all posts removed. Together we're going to restore safely to our streets. This the same day? Sure is. Tell QAnon to... Look, they left a message in plain view by getting rid of all of her social media. Tell QAnon to DM me. Roseanne Barr. Guess who else works for Roseanne Barr? Someone we've been watching on Joe Rogan lately. We're going to restore safely streets and peace communities. We're going to destroy the vile criminal cartel, MS-13, many other gangs. 13-year-old girl rescued, 39 times 3, 13 times 3, arrested in human trafficking sting in Compton. Several feared dead as helicopter and plane collide in midair over Rothschild family's Buckinghamshire manor house. 4 people have died in a plane and helicopter crash. It occurred in midair over Buckinghamshire. 2 people were killed in each aircraft, Thames Valley Police said. Member of the Rothschild family at Waddesdon Manor had told of her shock after lunchtime's midair collision between a helicopter and an aircraft missed her by 5 minutes. The woman did not want her full name published. Told the Press Association she heard a loud bang when she was driving her car along to a dog grooming event near Waddesdon. Haha, 2. Guys, I'm okay. I'm here. Thank you for worrying. I'm okay. I'm back. Explanation later on. Vertalen het uit Hingels. TikTok from now into next year on many fronts. Monday starts will become an avalanche. Love to all deplorables. TikTok. Vertalen het uit Ingels. Sean Hannity on the 18th. Who was the 4th victim in the heli crash of the Rothschild? Why haven't they released the 4th victim? Was it a Rothschild? What is a key? What's a key used for? What is a guard? What's a guard used for? Who unlocked the door of all doors? Was whoever opened Pandora's box? Was it pre-planned? Kinda. Do you believe in coincidences? Yes, I do, but many people would tell me I'm wrong for thinking so. My idea of what is coincidental is probably wrong because of my point of view. If I was to see it from a closer point of view, I would disagree. Was it really coincidental? Or did something occur first and not second, or not at the same moment in time? What is information? It's the invisible hand of the market. Who controls the release of information? Currently, the people. Who has all the information? Well, I mean, the release is also the MSM, but who has all the information? Who disseminates information? What is the MSM? Who controls the MSM? What really controls the MSM? Why are we made to believe the MSM is the only credible news source? Right, exactly. Why are we made to believe that? Who controls them? Who really controls them? Why are we made to believe the MSM is only credible news sources? Is this relevant? It's repeated. Why are non-MSM platforms cast as conspiracy and or non-credible? What happens when an entity or individual accumulates power? Define corruption. Again, wealth is power or equals power. Power equals influence. Influence equals control. These equality statements. For example, I'm only going to do this. I'm only going to do this for How to put it? I'm merely being facetious, not fascistic. I'm being facetious when I point this out. To be facetious. To be as in. Power, according to Saul Alinsky, is exactly equal to this. This is where the power of comes from. It's the same root word. It's exactly where it comes. Power equals fascination. The ability to fascinate equals power. For the MSM, the ability to fascinate equals power for the MSM. Okay? And why do I say that? Rules for Radicals, Saul Alinsky. I'm not saying that's correct, that it's a true statement, but for Saul Alinsky, that's the truth. That's what he was preaching. So, just so you know. Rinse and repeat. Yeah, what power of influence was recently discovered, specifically RE2 2016? How much power of influence does Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, and have influencing the minds of people? Quite a bit. Has the stranglehold been diminished? Yes. What is open source? What has become blatantly obvious since the election of POTUS? Why would they allow this visibility to occur? They're not prepared to counter? Why miscalculate? What miscalculation occurred? What is open source? Something that can't be controlled. Not in the same way. It's funny to think too that they rely on so much open source, and yet they need the tech geeks who rely on open source to play nicely for them without using open source. It ain't gonna work. It just don't work that way, dudes. Why was the stranglehold been diminished? Were they not prepared to counter? What miscalculation occurred? What opposite impact did this generate? How did POTUS recognize and invert it? What happened when any entity or individual accumulates power? Well, corruption. Define censorship. Define controlled censorship. Yeah, okay. Net neutrality comes crashing down like a baby taking his blanket away. Oh, Obama. Bo and the baby. Bo and the net neutrality baby blanket. So then he starts like fucking totally throwing a fit afterward. Bo is like fucking animatronic, man. Bo is animatronic. Precisely because he's animatronic, he can be played. What action is Twitter taking effective mid-December? What's the purpose of this action? Possible to test to understand public government response? When was this announced? What events did Saudi Arabia transpire? What won't control a large portion of Twitter stock? Why is this relevant? Define oppression. Who controls the narrative? Who really controls the narrative? And who guards the narrative? Good fucking question. Good question. Does the MSM shelter and protect select party members? My God, I do believe they do, you know. Fuck. He raises a valid point. Does this protection insulate those party members? He puts party in brackets twice because of the same reason I've pointed out just a moment ago in the chat room. Power equals fascination. Party. Party equals power as well. What laws are put in place to protect the MSM from lawsuits? Who specifically passed this law? It's probably Congress, I would think. What is immunity? What prevents news organizations from simply making up stories and sources? What previous Supreme Court did? Ruling provided protection to reporters from having to reveal their confidential sources? How many people are unaware of the truth due to the stranglehold? And must people be made aware of an alternate reality? Oh, wow. What are crumbs? Think Hollywood, DC. Define lead-in. Think play, yeah. What has been occurring recently? Stage must be set. Oh yeah, look. Hugh Hefner getting pointed out. Hugh died pretty recently, didn't he? Poor old Hugh, just up and up. What if Hugh Hefner was a clown in America? That's right. Crumbs are easy to swallow. Never trust a man with the initials HC. Never trust anyone. Old Discordian rule. And funnily enough, the Discordian who most made that rule not a hard and fast rule, but a very loud rule was Hagbard Celine. But anyhow. What is a honeypot? That's a good one. Define blackmail. How could this be applied? Fantasyland. Who has all the information? No such agency. Right. Hunter becomes the hunted. Operations underway. Operators active. Disinformation is real and necessary. Silent war, so some gets out. True. I've been calling it a war for months since the summertime. Since before Since after. In fact, I gotta be honest, it's been since after August. Hunt for Red October. List of real life events. This is toward the ending. Okay. Book of Q is all a bunch of insider trading tips from Christians. I think that's how I read that. So I've got this other link to check. And I tell you, I've got a funny feeling that it's not going to end well when I check it. I really do. You can ask me why later. Yeah. I'm going to open up my text document. Copy. Let's see how this works. This may cause a crash right away. Yeah, Tiger Team. Hello, Tiger Team. I wondered about that. Look at this. So I went looking for this particular link, and the link got chewed to pieces. So it didn't work. And consequently, finding an archive listing here on Tiger Team. Nothing found on the server, right? Funny. Very funny. Oh yeah, I know what the Tiger Teams are all about. Heard about them. Figured that I've actually seen both sides of that coin, sort of. The Tiger Team before and the Tiger Team after. But that's another story. Now, QAnon in the month of December. I'm curious about it. QAnon December dumps. Let's have a peek at this one. Sinking the Titanic is a perfect example of the cabal's current sitch. The cabal have jumped ship out of desperation, now aiding the alliance. They don't want to come down with sink ship. RV will suddenly pop. Enormous 65 gigabyte file. Yeah, I guess who's been sitting. I wondered why the law offices being raided was being talked about. Now I guess we know. Either they wanted those documents and they wanted them secured, so Trump was the one that sent for the documents to be picked up and secured, or someone else tried to beat them to the defense lawyer's documents. Which to me, unless they want to try to delete all, I mean, they're trying to destroy evidence that way, but certainly the lawyer doesn't have all the evidence and the only copy of all the evidence. In his office, he would have a copy of it at least, so whether they're looking for the weak link, what? It makes kind of more sense to think Trump maybe did it. Especially if he's heading stateside. It's an interesting friggin' document to look at. Yeah, interesting document to look at. Wow. That's racist. Oh my. Got a Banjocast broadcasting booth open there. If anyone wants to get onto Discord, check the description. Description has it. Getting into fun land next. Got to figure where to get these, where to pick up a reliable copy of the newer stuff.
We're gonna keep with the originals now. We got some few more for you. We're gonna play a Jimi Hendrix cover later. This is something you all will recognize at least. We're gonna try this little song. I got a music video for it up on YouTube. A song called Souls Escaping. One of my favorite tunes to play.
Ba-doo. Nice little groove in the background there. Ooh. Gonna leave it running for just a moment or two. Try to talk while I'm doing some search around in the background. Looking for the background. I should have turned this off ages ago. Here we go.
We got a broken stick. Our drummer, he's been working out lately, man. We're gonna try one now that's a little less Sabbathy and a little more mainstream. A little tune I wrote called Farewell.
I'm reading some interesting things here now. Huh. On December 25th. Still doing some reading here. No, you're mean. The booth won't work. Yeah. I think I see something fairly obvious here. If you want to post compendium PDF. Let's try downloading this. See what it looks like.
try a couple more tunes. Thanks for listening tonight. Y'all have been deadly on the St. Patrick's Eve tonight. It's festivities everywhere. God damn. Fucking A, man. We're gonna try a little tune, a new one. Fresh off the press. God damn. It's a little song called Shook.
Yeah, the very obvious one here. ODS. Dot. Made a download from there just a second ago. Looks like this one was updated very recently. There's one pinned at the very top here. It's funny. Washington Post publisher Catherine Gray's son shoots himself. Go on. CIA News. OpDeepState.com. So as I say, I have just got something else to have a look at. So I now have something which is far more comprehensive than what I was previously referring to. The Book of Q versus a compendium document which is available from the website I linked just a moment ago. It's pretty friggin' big. Look. George Soros, Clinton's Fused GPS, Uranium One, Las Vegas, North Korea, Playboy, Follow a White Rabbit. Yeah, that one got me. The Nons overview. Red Cross, Atlanta's Airport, Amtrak, The Cabal. The Swamp, The Cabal, Deep State, Assad, Titanic, and the JP Morgans. And because we are. Plans in America. No sour apples. No sour apples, that's funny. I like. We show these to Q so he confirms it. This is all in the open because open fucking source. Oh, but it's got a .com anyway. Click the link or email me if you can't find them. It's pretty neat. Is Q a legitimate insider? Someone with access to the president's Twitter account. Direct ties to the Oval Office and Trump. All these are the facts. Why is Q leaking by posting on the chance? Because they're the last bastion of free speech. Mainstream media is hopelessly compromised and, we'll see further down, a major part of the problem. Social media is controlled and actively censored. The Chans are where it's at. Pure uncensored raw discussion, analysis, and detective work. You got it. You fucking got it. Topic, yeah, it's like you're reading an agenda. That was brand new back in beginning of the year there, back in like March. Stringer's code names. Godfather 3, MBS, Getting Family Out of International Association of Gangs. Getting His Family, MBS. MB Sessions. Jefferson Beauregard, Sessions the Third. Snow White and Seven Dwarfs as CIA and Seven Supercomputer. Okay. Operation Mockingbird. The Clowns. Alice and Wonderland. Iron Eagle 2, see the Red Shield logo. 2+. Hansen and Gretchen. Me, you, we, the people. Speed. GEOTR, on the run to save the globe. Who was Cooper? Yeah, A. Cooper. Alice Cooper? Anderson Cooper intern there. Very good reading. Funny. Saudi Arabia, Rothschild, Soros. Why? Family why? Who are they? Why does it look like a little bit like a rabbit ears, and why does it also look like something else? I don't know. Sequence, arrangement of information. Yeah, okay. Signatures, name and material related to specific topics. Dough and batter. I haven't come across these yet. Bake and sequence. This is pretty neat. This is game theory terms. Fantasyland, North Korea. Clowns' dreams. Collusion of clowns and big data mining companies such as Google, Facebook, and Big Brother You. Yeah. GEOTR. GE on the run. GTOTR, on the run to save the globe. Follow the white rabbit. We the red pilled. Yes. Admiral R. Pretty cool. Director NSA. J. Okay, cool. J.K. Kushner. John Kerry, Jared Kushner. AG, right? AF1, Anonymous. Okay. Antifa. Soros-backed domestic terrorists. Sorted by the D's, yeah. KSA, LV. I use the term nervagus from time to time too, but it's better in text than it is in spoken aloud. Nervagus. Nervegas, I suppose you could say. Bo. I'm just going to say Bo from now on. Bo is perfect. Bo exactly. MB. I've been working with MB for a while, but Muslim Brotherhood obviously has other associations if you go by assuming an operation might be named because it has these initials. But look at all these M's. Eminem, ML, MI. MI could be military industry as well. You see, I could put industry here. I would. Bo is perfect. BOD. BP, Border Patrol, I figured that out. Clinton Foundation, CIA, CTR, correct the record, right? DC, DGT, yeah. DOE, DOJ, D's, EMS, EU, FNF, Fast and Furious, Feinstein's failed gun sale, FNF, Fast and Furious, Face to Face, Facebook, Fed, FOIA, Freedom of Information Act, right? Hawaii, High. Secret Service, South Korea, SAP, Special Access Program. Okay, cool. Rod Rosenstein, or POTUS. Yeah, I figured that one out. PM, got that one. PG. A and W sometimes goes with PG. That's something that I haven't been watched. It hasn't been linked yet. A and W sometimes goes with this. Should go. OP original poster, yep. Okay. SEAL team. Uranium 1, USS. Okay, yeah. Secret Service. Valerie Jarrett. Hillary Rodham. Yeah. Hindenburg, I say. Huma. Huma. Okay. What is Huma? Intelligence community. ISIS. World War, possibly worldwide. And it was dank. I mean, how does deep state work? This is directly following the Discordian, how to put it, controlled opposition. The Discordian original book. The original book. What's it called? The Principia Discordia. Following with a meme at the bottom just to make you laugh. How does the deep state work? Rockefeller, Saudi Arabia, Soros, Rothschilds, Federal Reserve, foundations, lobbyists, cults, secret societies, CIA. Here's why I say there's 5 here. Look, there's 5 here too. And there's 5 here, all at the same level. We the people are divided here, really. How to read logs. Headers usually contain a link to the original post, thread name, ID if they exist in the trip code. And if existing in the trip code. Q's post for can always look like this. Is in a blue body. Header part same as the blue. These are Q's from 8, only difference. Unverified, no trip code. Only difference. Had to be added due to trip code ban problem. This is Anon's post for 4chan, or they're used when Q responds directly. Q's posts on worldwide. Comment on Q. Wow. Kennedy murdered by the deep state. More JFK assassination files released. Confirmed Las Vegas shootings and Saudi false flag. You know, I streamed just a little tiny bit there a while back of the Zapruder film. Just out of the blue. Just threw it up on the stream for something to do. But it was frame by frame. I was using still images. Extradition already in motion, effective yesterday. Mueller investigation. Well, NG activated. National Guard, right. NASCAF activated for duty. Mockingbird, HRC detained, not arrested. Where's Huma? Follow Huma. Where's Bo? Denver shooting. Finally came out that Rod, Bob were key players in uranium. That's the day of the Denver shooting. Fuck yeah, this is awesome. Fuck yeah. Say, hey, I'm ready to go down to Come for the Storm 2. Q, no trip code at the time, warned that Saudi Arabia would be cleaned of its corrupted elements before it actually happened. And there's a Wikipedia link being maintained about that. Very cool. Alice in Wonderland still at this point in time. November 3rd. WikiLeaks DDoS Soros fund manager Howie Rubin arrested. POTUS Twitter down for approximately 11 minutes. Twitter acknowledged an employee error and a Somali airstrike. Calm before the storm 94. Look, my God. There's a mine here. November 7th. November 30. Here we go. Here we go. Opens mega anti-terror meeting on Iridia. In Iridia. Back when it was under cabal control and as proper PMC, they got it kept in the books. Watch which POTUS just got access, which POTUS just got access to. Fucking right. 24th, a week before the end of November. About 40,000 feet. These make me stop and think. Germany, US, yes. Conference. Dark. These are all very highly coded. Red. Night around 9 p.m. a new queue appeared on the CBTS board. On 8chan, some trip code said the space between the nickname and the trip code was missing. So Anon's beginning to hear about the dedicated board and this new queue is post saying that 4chan had been infiltrated. Lots of community researcher Anon started asking if this was legit. Chan, key secured, so he's doing it because he could secure it. Cool. Worldwide event, Saudi vows new Islamic alliance will wipe terrorism from the earth. Interesting. If it's ISIS. Russia to declare McDonald's a foreign agent for misleading advertisements. No post from Q on the 26th, but shills and trolls on the threads. A huge amount of bots. This fake news. The Q switched 4chan to 8. People are getting confused if it's legit and where to look. For the purpose of tracking information, I keep an eye on both. President Trump endorsed Q info on secret indictments of pedophile. FBI Director Ray demotes and battle Andrew McCabe. Right. 8cam is the same trip code was generated by using a password. So same password equals same trip code. Right. Didn't post today. I'm following both. Fire damages CIA HQ reveals a gigantic drug lab. No signs from Q. Worldwide events on the 29th November. I'm paying attention. These are the days I was traveling. So I didn't pay attention to anything that day. Other than what I was seeing in public. And there was no signs of panic or obvious discord. So put it that way. Snow White utilized activated to silence. This was not anticipated. That's the CI. Control/protection lost. Routing through various networks randomly has created connection server or security issues. Working to resolve. Select people removed. Stay strong, we're winning. More to follow. Day after. I wasn't available online that day, and I did notice that shit was fucking wild when I got online in Toronto. Where is Bo? Gee, I don't know. What's the purpose? Who fired? When? Reconcile. Focus on Hussein. Revelations coming very soon. Huma, Saudi Arabia, Hussein. HLR first civil rights attorney. 13th District Senate. DNC, Hussein versus Clinton versus McCain. Why is it relevant? Follow the money pre-prez. Follow the connections pre-prez. Why does Hussein travel ahead of POTUS? Why did Hussein travel behind POTUS? Think Asia. Think North Korea. What was told RE North Korea during the past 8 years? Yes. What dramatic shift occurred regarding North Korea post-election of POTUS? Yes. Reconcile that. Right. Define hostage. The sum of all fears. Yes. Okay, that's a Tom Clancy reference. Whole point being that a bomb actually goes off. The sum of all fears is that we have to deal with the regrettable one about after. How bad would it or could it possibly be, not be? That kind of thing. I follow. It's only useful to me because hey, I gotta deal with the CIA as a daily part of my existence in Canada. Christ. They don't only work on your native land, Americans. They also work abroad. Why are sexual harassment claims all appearing suddenly? Coincidence? What is a pill? When is it hard to swallow? What do you remove your enemies from positions of influence and authority? How do you? Define stages and puppets. Define puppet handlers. Define proxy war. Right. Free time. Expand your thinking. Fair enough. I said it earlier in the stream. I consider myself at war 6 months ago. Not with the United States and not with Donald Trump. Wait, no, this hurts. They're going to call me everything rather than admit they're the ones who should be wearing a uniform. Blame in Canada. I got some army boots, but I don't wear them to shit kick. And I don't get a big gang behind me either. Why is Justice stalling release of sea level info, which is not heavy level? Think. Right. Does POTUS control all matters classified? Think. These people are losers. They are now. What if North Korea had miniature nuke payload delivery in 2004? Right. What if North Korea had ICBM capabilities since 2009? What if the previous tests that were staged, were staged and planned to fail? False sense of security. How would this be relevant? Who was involved and why? Biggest cover-up in our history. Uranium One, Canada, EU, Asia, North Korea. Iran deal and then a Russian reset. Sydney Austin. Happily Sidley. The Asia Foundation. Snow White Pounce. Friday. At a White House party with 400 plus guests. Straight mentioning WH Anon. White House Anon. They can identify him real easily. We will investigate another breadcrumb to legitimate him. We can investigate. We will investigate. It's not Q claiming to do that himself. He's meaning Anon will investigate. People will. Just the same as they did the pictures from the plane. Be here tomorrow, the story unfolds. SA-controlled U.S. puppets. Saudi Arabia? I got that. Saudi Arabia. Fair. Strings cut. Really, we're talking about the House of Saudi, right? Yes, really we are. Don't you realize the war's gone public? Yeah, I had. This too will not be rerunning. We're running for re-election. Wait until next week, in the current week and beginning of the weekend. Less than 10 can confirm me. DOITQ, coincidence. Twitter retweet, coincidence. Twitter keywords, coincidence. Pics, coincidence. Meant only for you. Now that's cute. That is fucking cute. Hussein is evil and a real loser. No special treatment. Is he the last living member of the deck of cards? No, he's from Kuwait. Oh. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Reread the QMAT. What are puppets? How do you control a puppet? Bombs away. Fly, Roths, fly. That's horrible. Red, remember? Hussein AIDS video. Hidden message, response, Twitter, roles, actions. Red Cross is corrupt and used as a piggy bank. I agree. Future topic: diseases created by families in power. Yes. Population control and pharma. I refuse to take the flu shot. I recognize that every year it's a chance that I'm going to catch something which I might not be able to fight back against because of the fucking flu shot, and that could be the zombie fucking plague. But anyway, that's a philosophical zombie. It doesn't exist yet. Main page of Red website. Obama goes to China. Where did he go to Seoul to? Red Cross, red. North Korea, Hussein, Asia. Why was that stringer sent out? Decode. News on Lex message. Future proves past. Where is the Red Cross? Runs deep. 9/11. Red. Funds raised versus distributed. Yeah. Oversight. 7/10 plane crashes are targeted kills. 7 in 10. 7 out of 10, the plane crashes are targeted kills. Those in the know never sleep. Never ever. That's why they're dying from weird ass diseases or ailments caused by the medication. Hussein Red, indictments, variables. Think circle. You mean to tell me Bo's last name is actually Hussein? That would be too fucking pretty. You mean to tell me Bo's last name is Hussein? No. Related and all along, and they've been waiting to put him in power? They did have him there, and he... Anyway. Bye-bye, Johnny. Uh-oh. Watch the news. War. Fly, Johnny, fly. Yeah, I've been yelling stuff about the... You know, around about that time, too, I was yelling Skippy Bot quite a bit. Anything you can say on Deutsche Bank? Fake news. Artificial intelligence. Key unlocks door of all doors. Info. If it's artificial intelligence, it's the CIA. Stone. The force strength capable of yielding power to act on info. Key plus stone equals. Admiral R, who commands no such agency, plus the wizards and warlocks, plus, that's what they really count for, plus POTUS and the U.S. military behind them, equals. Apply to Keystone. List of politicians not seeking re-election. They're DNR. R&D, R-E-D, red, right? Red, little crosshairs. Donald Trump announced on TV that he moves the U.S. Embassy in Israel from Tel Aviv. I was active on this day. I was traveling by air again. I was traveling by air on this day. The day that I filmed the YYZ to YYT video. Or the day after. It was that day. I can't remember. Goodbye AL. Add to list. Flies fly. Flies Sid fly. HRC tried to cut a deal today. We said no. On the 6th of December. That was the day the Bitcoin went crazy. Yeah, cool. It's not what Q meant with Hunt for Red October. That's what Q meant. Clinton campaign DNC pay for anti-Trump dossier research. Yeah. Jarrett, if there's collusion, it's Hillary-Russia collusion, not Trump-Russia. Hannity, I've been predicting this. Dr. Gorka was massive boomerang for a long time. I know a lot of this evidence was out there and it was all coming. I've seen my audience is coming and it's coming. Told my audience. Now the floodgates are open, if you will. Sebastian Gorka, Deputy Assistant President Trump. It's the last scene from the great Tom Clancy movie, The Hunt for October. When the bad submarine commander launches a torpedo, comes back and sinks their own vessel. This is what Russian collusion story has done for the DNC and Hillary. Let's stop using the word collusion because the evidence now about subversion, it's about sabotaging the political process, is about propaganda. In the Cold War, Soviet Union was used what was called active measures to undermine our democracy. This is the Democrat Party and the Hillary Hindenburg campaign using active measures to undermine Donald Trump and the democratic process. It's a shocking story. Q, can you confirm? Why is the Secret Service now protecting key members of the no such agency? Right. They're actually under threat. They're the ones under the direct threat of reprisal from you-know-who. I know who. Watch the news. Leakers exposed. These people are stupid. We represent you. Never forget that. We never will. Real question. I have a question. 10 days, darkness, when? Shut down. Q. I've been gone through so many days of darkness without power in this province. It doesn't even... if it happens here, I'll be surprised. Sarah is good people. Sarah Carter. Why are Sarah and John getting all their real scoops? Expand your thinking. Why are they now under protection? AL back in news day after Fly. Al back. Another coincidence? Follow the news. What if no such agency alerted May to kill plan per POTUS? To the kill plan per POTUS. What if the attempt was ordered by, Rothschilds? If that was true, then the Rothschilds, why? Freedom caucus? Freedom. Bill Clinton, Netanyahu, who the fuck does he think he is? What the fuck happened last thread? This is not a game. Strike package Bravo. Go A strike Bravo. Look as the world turns. ATWT twat. Reached estimated 1.2 million patriots. You are now reaching more than you know. 1 equals 2, 2 equals 4, 4 equals 8. Godspeed. God damn. QAnon's post. First picture shown with the previous Pope John Paul, an upside down cross. On the second picture, a painting showing a battle between Scandinavian god Thor and the giants. The first pictures show Hillary Rodham Clinton doing a Mason's hand gesture, and the second picture shows Bill and Hillary with their newborn Chelsea. What is that ring? Cross links to another post. Huh. Very cool. Goes back to all the other posts too. Pictures unlocked deal presented that was declined. Puppets going wild. Huh. Huma Abedin and John Podesta. Master in puppet. Which is which? It's a good point. Which is which? Huh. Look, it's Bo. Bo's ring, the serpent. Second picture shows Bo holding a book. Post-American World by Fareed. Third is Angel Merkel, German Chancellor. Angel. During a Masonic hand gesture. And the fourth being young Hillary Clinton holding a UFO book while walking with Lawrence Rockefeller. First pic shows Rothschild and Clinton. Second pic, another Rothschild and Hillary. Third, McCain and Hindenburg. Fourth, George Soros and a younger Hindenburg. First pic shows Hindenburg with two Al Saud princes. Second picture is Prince Al Walid bin Talal Al Saud. Third picture, Prince UK. Prince Charles, right? Prince Al Walid. Fourth picture shows McCain in Syria with the moderate rebels. Saudi Foreign Minister Prince Saud Faiza. Of course they always take pictures. Of course they do. Kuwaiti Foreign Minister Sheikh Sabah Khalid. Stand together for a pose for a group photo before a U.S. Gulf Cooperation Council Forum at the Gulf Cooperation Council Secretariat at Riyadh in March 31st, 2012. First pick shows a large picture of McCain and the moderate rebels. Second pick is President of Syria Bashar al-Assad with Prince al-Walid. Third picture shows the Queen, UK mother, and the Prince with Prince al-Walid. Rothschilds, cult leaders, church /P. Banks and financial institutions, U.S. or WW government control. Government controls people, Saudi Arabia. Oil, tech, sex, and children. Or children. Saudi Arabia controls the sun, UK, US politicians, and tech CEOs, primary. Soros controls... Organization people creates divisions and brainwash plus management or operators slush funds personnel network never reduced think DOJ reset or settlements consumer Iran environ pacts etc. Rock passed oath over followers authority over the followers the president future orders critical strings cut to US and UK swamp drain. Sexual harassment exit plus future. R equals or R no bomb away. Can't you find a pic of al-Walid or Hussein or Clinton, some other U.S. politicians? I heard you can't sleep anymore. Don't come here again. Fly, Ross, fly. These people are sick. Nancy Pelosi press conference. Mueller's pathetic attempt to overthrow Trump fails. Trump can end social media censorship. And how? And how? And fucking how? Finally, Syria on the path to winning the war on terror. And Vladimir Putin, I will serve the New World Order in 2018. I will survive, sorry. I will serve. I read that wrong. I will survive. In 2018. Bah. He is Russian. He serves nobody but Mother Russia. And will continue to do so long as his body holds together. What is funny is this document we're currently reading doesn't have any of the satanic talk in it. Seems to be missing the satanic references, or Satan isn't necessarily talked about in those cryptic parts above. This is your land, this is your home, this is your voice that matters the most. So speak in your heart, fight, fight, fight for the change you've been waiting for your entire life. News unlocks map. Future provides past. News is the key. Again, power equals fascination. Key. Future proves past. Partly. Why was the Lord's Prayer posted? It drives away evil, more or less. Perhaps. Perhaps they're playing it like Catholics. Which version? Yes, that's true. Why is this relevant? I actually commented when I read it that I know other ways of reading it. What came out what came out R.E. the Lord's Prayer? What can be connected? Do you believe in coincidences? What just came out? R.E. the Lord's Prayer. What just came out? R.E. the Lord's Prayer in December. I did not hear any news about that. Pray, 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 pray. That's in the early parts of the mission. Oh, hang on now. Early on in the QAnon, the first book of Q that I read, the one that wasn't too well put together. It was well put together, but it was too sparse. All of the early messages, he's always exhorting them to pray. Pray, pray, pray is the value that continually gets hit. If there's a key in the document, it's probably the word pray. One of the pray, Lord's Prayer. Why was what just came out about the Lord's Prayer? R.E. Review the map, post relevant news drops. Godfather 3. Yeah, it's the one where there's a Pope killed, Godfather 3, isn't it? Tuesday, November 4th. There's a Pope killed in Godfather 3. Maybe that's what they're referring to. There's a Pope at stake right now. Who financed 9/11? Who was Bin Laden's handler? Right. Why was the clowns in America tasked to hunt, kill, and capture that particular person? Why not military intelligence? Right. Since it was a state of war, a war on terror. If we found Osama, why? Because military intelligence would have used the NSA and caught him faster than the CIA. The CIA, therefore, built up a parallel apparatus at that moment in time. That's where the funding went, the big black budget. They now have these 7 supercomputers chewing the shit out of everything when they want it hidden. Mockingbird 2.0, Mockingbird 6.0, Falcon 4.0, T 3.0, 3.5 because I used a little hot water. Why wouldn't we want to capture him live and extract other T-level events? Is true. Why would we immediately kill him and not capture him? Perhaps someday people understand they had a plan to conduct another mass extinction event. I agree that they probably did. Tuesday, November 4th. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. That looks like King James. King James? Yeah, it doesn't have for thine is the kingdom, power and the glory and the ever. That's an addition that's not always used. Earth is done. Give us today our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation. Deliver us from evil. Hey, that's probably the one in the Episcopal prayer book. Marker, learn to read map. News unlocks the map. Tangent, expand your thinking. I'm all about the tangents. Justice, chord, diameter, tangent. Look, secant. Oh, that's the secant line. Thank you. Circular maps, pick related. What has been said about the U.S. military? Speech yesterday verified and unlocked so much. Expand your thinking. Reread crumbs. Re-listen to yesterday's speech. Connect the markers. News in all forms unlocks the map. The Great Awakening. What was the United States Secret Service code name for Hussein. Barack. B-O. R. Define. They knew all along. Expand your thinking. Who currently protects Hussein? R. Why is this relevant? Who currently protects Bill and Hindenburg? Why is this relevant? Person who deserts and betrays an organization, country, or set of principles. They always knew. Be the artists we know you are. It's about to break. It's about the break. God speaks. Timestamps U.S. military against POTUS's recent tweet, U.S. military. How many clues must we provide as the world turns? Justice. His speech in Pensacola mentioned U.S. military providing justice through the world. I hope that doesn't standard neocon justification for the world's policemen. Don't mistake journalists invited to parties as the insiders. Lincoln Park, one step closer. I'm about to break. Rip Bennington and Chris Cornell. They tried to move on Geffen and paid the price. Oh, there's the fucking truth right there. That's stinky as hell and everybody fucking knew it. They versus to. Everything has meaning. The versus to. Timestamp my post, RE U.S. military versus POTUS's tweet. Why did the U.S. Secret Service codename Hussein or Barack or Bo renegade? What person who a person who deserts or betrays an organization, country, or set of principles? They called him renegade. Fourth quarter, Patriots, we fight together. Why does Barack Obama's ring have an Arabic inscription? Bo. Who is this guy? Bo. Go, Bo. Bo, Bo. What a bastard. Thank you, Q. Helping you is all we want to do. We must be painful to watch us learn what all of you already know. Sorry to drag on you guys. I will do my best. Service to God and Patriots, whatever you need, anytime, ready to will be. So that's a reply to. Trump to sign directive, send Americans back to the moon. I remember that day. Man detonates a bomb that day. False flag. Attempted terrorist attack. Astronomers check interstellar body for signs of alien technology. Look at the news. Holy shit. Fusion GPS tied to story used by Clinton campaign to attack Trump 1 week before the election. Ex-Obama official takes blame for Trump feud with the CIA. Religions based on AI. God damn. Humans will happily follow a robot messiah. That's the 7 dwarves, right? That's the 7 dwarves news item right there. Putin orders withdrawal of Russian forces from Syria. That's interesting. Ex-spy chief Russians election hacking was an intelligence failure. Saudi Arabia, Israel, and the U.S. compromise. And the U.S. comprised the axis of evil. Balkan posts. Wow. In an interview with Balkans Post, former U.S. officer Wahakam Hagopian said Saudi Arabia, Israel, and the U.S. comprised the axis of evil, all lined up to pass off lie after lie as if repeated often enough they suddenly become believable. pointing to Washington's recognition of Jerusalem as Israeli capital. Mr. Hagopian said, lacking support from the vast majority of the rest of the world, Trump will not be making America great again, but signaling the end as a sovereign nation. Maybe the impetus to trigger World War III. What the fuck? The Balkans Post. Blunt in direct time. Adam Schiff is a traitor to our country. Yes, indeed. Leaker. NatSec. Evil. TikTok. Hope that $8 million was worth it. Enjoy the show. False flags. POTUS 100% insulated. Expect fireworks and justice. New York bomb. City bomb. And a firework attempt by the Bangladesh guy. Later that day, false flag happened. The Q confirmed the BDT theory. Think currency / Bangladesh BDT. Blunt and direct time. Believe in coincidences? Blunt and direct time BDT. Think currency, think fireworks thwarted. That's why he posted it. Adam Schiff is a traitor to our country, so you know why we know that blunt and direct time. Oh, that was the day that Adam Schiff got caught. Monday morning, December the 11th. Adam Schiff made a mistake when he called somebody and tipped them off to a potential security. Something that he could, look, a leaker. He leaked something. The false flag occurred. They caught it. These people are sick. Check explanations on the next page using the graphic. Blunt and direct time. Unusually capitalized letters BDT. Q in the NYC bomb. False flags. Think currency. BDT is the Bangladeshi currency. Q knew before the attack. Owls. Light will overcome a darkness. AS reveal. Light will expose darkness. Light will reveal darkness. Really? Light will defeat darkness. I suppose it will. Melissa Schiff and Robert D. Soros? What? Is Melissa Schiff related to Adam Schiff? What are the chances? Melissa Robin Schiff, daughter of Marlies S. Schiff of New York, and the late Dr. Haskell Schiff, son of George Soros, right? Follow the wives. These people are stupid. We have really special pace picked out for GS. Really special. George Soros. Maybe all these wives their own high priestesses cult. The slip-ups. Risk of another shutdown. Be prepared to lose access. Congress members took 101 millions in donations from ISP companies. Ex-Soy chief admits role in deep state intelligence war on Trump. WikiLeaks can't protect their sources. The CIA better reveal the name of the DNC leaker. What you need to know. New York Times square bombing. WeAreChange.org. Merry Christmas. The presidential seal. Post 03 against POTUS's tweet 10-3 or 13. Don't argue with the devil. He's much more intelligent than us, this Pope Francis. Beijing bombers fighter jets encircle Taiwan in a drill. Congratulations to Doug Jones on a hard-fought victory. The write-in votes played a very big factor, but a win is a win. People of Alabama are great, and the Republicans will have another shot at this seat in a very short period of time. It never ends. I wonder how many dead people and illegal aliens voted for Doug Jones, asked Julian Assange. One must be isolated away from the 2016 election. White House, the executive order. I gotta look at this. Presidential executive order. Establishment. Presidential advisory. These people are stupid. Let's pop this open for a second. Or it's not archived. Look at that. Patriots, rest assured we're in control. Watch, confirm, and disseminate. The country is not divided. This is fake news. Tifa was organized purely for optics. It's fake. Estimated 4 to 6% we consider hopeless and forever brainwashed. 4 to 6%? Jesus, man. Lower than that. Hopeless. Reread crumbs are a slave grip the D's have on the black pop. Why is this relevant? Why are jobs, economy, growth relevant? Deep cleaning. Special. We have a special place picked out for GS. Really special. Has been ownership voting machines before. They knew GS was going to mess with the numbers. This was the plan. A very special place. What will be the penalty for stealing elections? It might be a death penalty, that one. Wow. Happy birthday, George. NASA finds solar system filled with as many planets as our own using Google AI. Assange, Trump being sucked dry before installation of President Pence. Rosenstein hearing. Reached estimated 1.2 million. One leads to two. One goes to two. Two goes to four. Four will equal 8. We are on the team. You are learning. News unlocks maps. Future proves past. Not everything can be stated one-to-one. Truth. Documents from Obama administration have been transferred to the Bo Presidential Library. You may send your request to the Bo Library. However, you should be aware that under the Presidential Records Act, presidential records remain closed to the public for 5 years after an administration has left office. Rated by the good guys. Per POTUS. Shockingly quiet. No leaks. Presidential libraries are put in place to retain control over self-incriminating CDOC releases. Scam. Review the law. What's different? RE. Bo's PL. Presidential Library. Who controls? These people really are stupid. Bo doesn't have a presidential library. Oh my God. Bye, Bo. Bye, Bo. Hard day's work at AQ. Welcome back. End is near. Not everything can be stated one-to-one. Q can't come out and tell us exact meanings of his drops. Like because it reveal information would compromise operations as the scumbags scramble, right? So this is the very few bits that we can possibly drop. These are the crumbs. The things which will still tell a lot. Hence the 1.2 million documents, which we thought were 1.2 million normies reached by this board, when 1.2 million was actually the 1.2 million documents in the IG report, which scumbags had no clue about. Bad people watching. Follow the white rabbit. Look at that. Saw this in last thread. Focus on papers on the table. Anderson Cooper. CIA man. Graphic at the top. Oh, look. They all belong to the same sick cult or club. Ha! Yeah, that one's been removed. Image at the top, boy, boy, girl, enhanced. What else do you see? Archive. Watchers now erased from the web. Godspeed, Catrius. POTUS, WRWY. Getting closer. User was banned for this post. Getting closer. This fake Q post and the user was banned. The red text was edited comment from a mod due to the banned user on 8chan. Some threads about ballot stuffing and vote fraud in the recent election of Doug Jones on 4chans and other boards started to appear. China echoes call to May East Jerusalem capital to move of independent Palestine. Trump turning U.S. into world champion of extreme inequality. UN envoy. Fucking Christ. Blocked from posting entering trip. Would appear this board has been compromised. This board is compromised. Cannot enter trip code to verify auth. The trip code on 4 has also been modified. God bless Q. Shall we play a game? Says somebody. Find the spiders and build the web, the map. Remember, they consider you to be the fly, specifically the feeder. Remember, they never thought she was going to lose. Exactly. Therefore, they never thought investigations and public interest in their criminal acts would be exposed. Right. Therefore, they never thought they had anything to fear, but they know they do now. They openly showcased their symbolism. Yes. Therefore, they were sloppy. Bo's last speech in Chicago, RE scandal-free. December. Bo's last speech in Chicago, scandal-free. Oh man, this might be fun. So let's look for Obama Chicago speech. Not 11 months ago. No. In the last month. Last 2 months. Hey, filters. This year, dude. This month. HT Leadership Summit. Was that in... Out of sheer curiosity. Huh. Gotta watch WAPO, huh? Lovely. Yeah, how much are we going to get of this? Live video coverage when they decide to actually cut it in. Think globally, but act locally. Mr. Really Sure. Here's Bo. Oh right, yeah, because you know they've been having a couple of rocky days too this last few weeks. Have Rom and Co. Climate change, number one.
They continue to show the kind of leadership that is needed at the moment.
What's the kind of climate they mean, though? Fucking Saul Alinsky.
Just to say thank
Bullshit.
you to all of you. I am always pleased to be around mayors. There's something about all of.
So how easy it is to bribe a mayor. You know, I don't mean that honestly. I've known too many good mayors.
You that requires you to actually work and not just talk.
All you have to do to really bribe a mayor is steal one of his family members and torture them. Threaten him with the very thing he hates the most and fears the most. And then he comes very cheap.
People expect you to perform. You have to shovel snow, and you have to make sure the garbage is being picked up. And people ask, how come there's a pothole in front of my house? And so there is a concreteness to your work and a practical mindset that arises because of the constant daily interactions that you have with your constituents that transcends ideology and that allows when mayors get together to think in very practical terms about how do we get stuff done. And that mindset, a mindset that isn't arguing politics, but rather is grounded in facts and actual events and impact.
Looks to me like this guy's been on the run for almost a year when it comes to this grounded in facts bit.
On people, that mindset is exactly what is needed at the moment when we think about climate change.
Climate change is a way for them to say that they want to get rid of certain people that really piss them off.
As we speak, Miami,
like a great mass extinction event,
already floods on sunny days. Western cities across North America are dealing with longer and harsher wildfire seasons. A conveyor belt of some of the strongest hurricanes on record this summer smashed into Houston and Florida and Puerto Rico, and more than 2 months later they are still struggling.
CB, what?
And all of this is happening while global carbon emissions and global temperatures are still on the rise. 2015 was the warmest year on record until 2016 became the warmest on record. And what that tells us is that climate is changing faster than our efforts to address it. And that's why I made climate change a priority when I was president. It's not because I didn't have other things to do. It wasn't because of some...
It was because he had nothing else to do. He was not going to be told to do or allowed to do anything other than what he was told to do. So why he would play differently, I have no idea. That's just a disingenuous argument. Yeah, I'm going to set this up. Going out for a quick break. I've had enough Barry for a little bow, a little less bow, a lot less action, a little more action. Gonna let this play while I go for a smoke. I'll be right back. Corblund from out in Alberta.
Well, sleeping head on the bed, son, don't you never put your hat on the bed. 'Cause if your hat's on the bed, you might wake it up dead, so don't you never put your hat on the bed. If you do, shorts upside down, son, if you do, shorts upside down. 'Cause if it's upside down, keeps the luck running out, so if you do, shorts upside down. And never throw a match where it's dry, son, never throw a match where it's dry. And if you don't throw the match, then the grass can't catch and burn 3 counties when it's dry. And always keeping that Johnny knife, son, always keeping that Johnny knife. Because a good sharp edge, that's a man's best hedge against the big uncertain he's alive. Yes, a good sharp edge, that's a man's best hedge against the uncertain vagaries alive. But I never could sharpen no knife like the one who gave me advice. Said yodelay, yodelay, yodeloo. Don't you never sell your old 22, son, don't you never sell that old 22. Because that old 22 shot to go for over 2, so you never sell that old 22. Aiming to the left a little low, son, aiming to the left a little low. Because that old line of sight fires high to the right, so aiming to the left a little low. And be sure to take the glass when you pour, son, be sure to take the glass when you pour. If you don't take the glass, then the foam comes fast and runs from the table to the floor. And then you always keeping that Johnny knife, son, always keeping that Johnny knife. Because a good sharp edge, that's a man's best hedge against the big uncertainties alive. Yes, a good sharp edge, that's a man's best hedge against the uncertain vagaries alive. But I never could sharpen no knife like the one who gave me advice. Yodelay, yodelay, yodeloo. Here comes the tricky verse. Be sure to put your horse away dry, son, be sure to put your horse away dry. Because the horse that ain't healthy, of course, so be sure to put your horse away dry. And be sure to tell the bit when it's cold, son, be sure to thaw the bit when it's cold. 'Cause if you don't thaw the bit, then the pony's son sticks to the frozen middle right when it's cold. And never judge a man by his clothes, son, never judge a man by his clothes. Hey, you got to look through the dirt, Lord, judge him by his work. Don't you never judge a man by his clothes. Then you always keeping that Johnny knife, son, always keeping that Johnny knife. 'Cause a good sharp edge, there's a man's best hedge against the big uncertainties alive. Yes, a good sharp edge, there's a man's best hedge against the uncertain vagaries alive. But I never could sharpen no knife like the one who gave me advice. I said yodelay, yodelay, yodeloo. Well, I never could sharpen no blade quite the way he said. I said yodelay, yodelay, yodeloo. Yodelay, 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 yodeloo. Yeah. Strict vocal control is what this requires, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. No need to give me the clap right away there, Sean. Do you? That's what penicillin's for, by. Apparently. That and having fun. I gotta do my song list backwards. That's just the mood that I'm in here. This next one's called 30-Foot Trailer. Which, from what I'm told, is like a Kirsty McCall song. No, Ewan McCall. Kirsty's father.
I said, cut the music, cut the music. I said, cut the music. I'm back. We're listening to Bo here.
Ideological notions about the environment. It was a very practical understanding based on the science that if we did not get this issue right, then just about every other issue was going to be adversely affected. If you were concerned about national security, then you needed to worry about the potential effects of climate change on creating
What?
huge new surges of migrants,
What?
the potential conflict that arises if you have
Why all of a sudden climate change means political climate and human cultural climate?
consistent drought
See this? This is the bait and switch of the Alinsky playbook.
or people
And he ain't fucking president now.
unable to feed themselves, if you were concerned about economic development and GDP, you had to take a look at the extraordinary losses that would
Bo,
accumulate
what are you saying,
as
Bo?
temperatures got higher.
Bo,
There was no aspect of policy that we were concerned about that was not.
no aspect of policy.
There was no aspect
You know what? If Trump does it and it's bad,
of policy that we were concerned about that was not
hear people
touched
thinking,
profoundly.
he realized he
by
got
this
caught,
issue.
he covered it.
Which is the reason why it wasn't just the EPA that was concerned about it, the Pentagon and our Joint Chiefs of Staff were concerned about it. And we took action.
Fuck you,
During the
Apple.
course of my presidency, we more than doubled production of clean energy like wind and solar. We set the first ever national standards to limit the amount of carbon pollution that power plants
47 likes,
in the air that our kids
2,000
breathe.
views.
We changed the way that we consume energy, from the cars and trucks that we drive to the homes and businesses where we live and where we work.
I think I might be
And
getting this link for
We
later.
met resistance at every step of the way. And there were skeptics who said that these actions would kill jobs and depress growth. And instead, as we took these actions, we saw the U.S. economy grow consistently. We saw the longest streak of job creation in American history by far, a streak that still continues, by the way.
Oh, right. He's taking credit for what continues because of what he's not doing. What? What? They're not clapping for him.
And at the same time, we led around the world on the issue,
What issue?
recognizing that we weren't going to solve this problem alone.
What
Working
issue?
with China and India and dozens of other countries, we sought to set ambitious climate targets globally. And these are the efforts that ultimately led to the Paris Agreement, an agreement that has the potential to at least delay and potentially avoid some of the worst consequences of climate change.
Maybe not.
Now, obviously, we're in an unusual time. The
What?
United States is now the only nation on earth that does not belong to the Paris Agreement, and that's a difficult position to defend. But the good news is that the Paris Agreement was never going to solve the climate crisis on its own. It was going to be up to all of us. Presidents, national governments can set goals and priorities. We can make sure that there are investments in the research that's required to ramp up the discovery of new energy sources.
What are you talking about, Bo?
We have the ability to set standards around which
Hang on here. Hang on here. You like oil, Bo.
markets can respond and create incentives for the kinds of actions that are taken. But ultimately, the work is done on the ground. Ultimately, the work is up to each of us, wherever we have some
What
impact,
work?
wherever we have some influence. And that's why America's pledge on climate is so important. It's about more
He
than
doesn't speak for America anymore. He speaks for himself.
living up to our
He speaks for himself, not America. Not in the same way that he did.
responsibilities on the world stage. It's about keeping our word on the world stage. In cities and states,
Our word is because you signed it now. It's America's fucking problem. Hang on a minute.
businesses,
Hang on a
and
minute.
universities, and nonprofits have emerged
He's going to
as
turn the
new
crowd
face
against him.
of American leadership on climate change.
He won't mean to, but he will.
So
They're not cheering.
a statistic that I think you're familiar with, so far those who've joined America's Pledge represent half our population and half of our economy. And if all those who were part of America's Pledge were its own country, it would be the third largest in the world. What amazing leadership and amazing potential that holds. Our biggest cities have now adopted more sustainable building and transportation policies. Some of our biggest companies have set more ambitious renewable energy targets than even we set while I was president. Our power sector is still on track.
Being president
to meet
now.
the more ambitious emissions targets set a few years ago. I know that some mayors, like Rahm, have gone even farther by signing the Chicago Climate Charter, which is a commitment to reduce carbons in line with the Paris Agreement, take aggressive action on climate, and to plan for the realities that even if we get out ahead of this thing, we can no longer
Even if we get it ahead of this thing.
board. And that's a powerful signal to the world. That's what leadership
He has to be there because Rahm's political base is starting to crumble too.
means, and it will make a difference. So, the bottom line is,
You're not going to work
thank
anymore,
you, and I
Bo.
want to encourage you.
Bo, you're not going to get a jet
Sheltering
next
future
year, Bo.
generations
Half
from
of the
the
year,
ravages of
maybe.
climate change
6 months next year, and then
should
you're going to
be
lose your jet, Bo.
Something of an obsession for us. And Americans should make it a prerequisite for the vote of anybody in elected office that they're paying attention to it.
What? Not having an ID?
You know, we live at a time where everything is contested. And so often, because of the splintering of our media, it is
Splintering of our media. What?
possible to only occupy a world in which
Throwing out the Occupy term like he's going to get a little bit of fucking support from the left on that one. Fuck you, Obama. Fuck you, Bo.
facts that come in conform to your pre-existing conceptions.
Fuck you, Bo.
And that's a challenge, particularly for democracies, because democracy is premised on the idea that we can disagree, but there is a objective reality out there. There are certain
Bo Duke, ladies and gentlemen.
facts that are not subject to opinion and debate. And we may disagree on how we can solve a problem, but at least we can agree that there is a problem.
What?
And in this
You
environment,
know what we don't agree on, Bo, is what the problem is, and treason is the problem.
right now, I think it's easy sometimes to feel discouraged and to feel as if people are talking past each other. But this is where the particular talents of mayors come in. Because, first of all, you're used to dealing with folks who can sometimes be unreasonable. But second of all,
Is that really funny?
as I said at the beginning, you're accustomed, regardless of your party, regardless of how you
Bo.
came to occupy the office,
Bo, you
accustomed to
bastard.
having to deal with
Bo.
the realities that are in front of you
Bo.
and to take action. Not just
No,
talk about it.
Bo.
And people will hold you accountable and expect that you're actually going to perform. And there's no place in which that's going to be more important than on this generational issue. Ram and I were talking before we came out.
Oh, Ram and I were talking, were you? Hey, Bo. You and Ram on first name basis, hey, Bo.
And we have children who aren't so young anymore. They're entering into young adulthood. And we're both getting to the age, although we like to think that we're still fit and haven't slipped, where you become aware of your mortality. And the thing that you want to make sure of, the thing that is more important now than anything else, in a way that wasn't true even 15 or 20 or 30
Bo
years
is
ago
going to
when you
get
thought you
fucking
had
broken.
forever. The thing you want to make sure of is that your kids and their kids are going to be okay. And the one thing that might make it not okay for them is this.
What, climate change? You know what? It's our grandkids we should really be concerned about. If it's our kids we're using as moral fucking leverage here, Bo, fuck off.
We can't protect our children or our grandkids from heartbreak or mistakes or the vicissitudes of life. They're going to have their own challenges and their own struggles, and as long as we're around, we want to help them when we can, but we know that's going to happen. That's the nature of human fate. But this is something we can do something about. And I'm hoping that as a consequence of you seeing
Signaling he's getting ready
meaningful
to finish.
impacts in your own cities, and you realizing that you're part of a broader movement, that inspires you to bolder and bolder work.
How many or how few people are here?
That in turn
That's what's really missing from
will
this.
inspire a country. And that will inspire the world.
Fuck off, Bo. Bo, ladies and gentlemen, wasn't that just beautiful? The board is compromised. Hussein's last speech in Chicago are scandal-free. Why did he continually emphasize the phrase? I didn't notice it. As a backup, they infiltrated and controlled the narrative. As a backup, they install only those on the team. As a backup, they blackmail those that aren't. As a backup, they define conspiracy as crazy, mentally unstable, and label anything true as such. Work, given most of what they engage, is pure evil. This works, given most of what they engage in, is pure evil and simply unbelievable, hard to swallow. The fix has always been in no matter who won the election. JFK killed and Reagan shot. Reagan was, let know right away. Don't fuck with it. This was always the promise made to those who played the game willingly or otherwise. They would never lose power. Power of the three-letter agencies, the MIC. Power of the U.S. military, WW dominance to push against other nations and install like kind. These people really are stupid. Follow the husbands. Another hint, Ian Cameron, McKinsey and Company, Clowns in America, Dr. Emmett J. Rice, Federal Reserve, everyone's connected. How about a nice game of chess? No ability to enter the trip code, last dump. He shared the exact same post, that's why I added those 4 unverified. Compare both messages. Unverified, no trip code, alleged Q posts. End. Trip test. Posted on, given his trips, his problems happened. Admin banned the trip code use. CBT's boards admin. New board, the Storm and QPOL are created. Will Q use it or will he wait for a trip code fix on CBTS? 24 hours restore trip code or departure, Godspeed. Locks access to CBTS, no ability to enter trip code. Shall we play a game? Prepared to lose access. Find the spiders and build the web, the map. Remember, they consider you to be the fly, right? Remember, they never thought she was going to lose. They lost a lot of money betting on it. They lost a lot of money betting on it. Therefore, they never thought investigations in public interest into their criminal acts would be exposed or investigated. Therefore, they never thought they had anything to fear. Therefore, they openly showcased their symbolism. Therefore, they were sloppy. Bo's last speech in Chicago, RE scandal-free. Why did he continually emphasize the phrase as a backup? John Doe to me, don't worry about the live stream, Ben. It's part of my plan. Share this. Q. Fake. Trip code 4 is working. Fly, Sid, fly. We don't like to say his name. Being advised to update code. Serious hardware being used to break. Q4 is not secure. Q trains his trip code, proving it using a new and old using the same ID. Updated, confirmed. New trip code confirmed. May have exhausted our ability to maintain safe comms. Snow White. Rig for silent running. Unknown return. Referring to the 7 dwarves computers. "10 days of darkness begins." As I get it firsthand, does this mean 10 days of darkness, no Q post begins, 10 days before Christmas. Merry Christmas. 10 days of darkness, the darkest days of the year as well. We're going past the solstice and going into the period where we're closest to the sun. Weapons went from the CIA to ISIS in less than 2 months. Gott wins Rubio. Reading some of the news that was appearing from last week. A new Amtrak train derails. 3 deaths. National security staff. New Q post early in the morning of the 19th December. He's posting to the CBTS board. 10 days of darkness didn't start. Let's see. He's posting using his new trip code. Flash break. 3 triangles, 3 standing pairs. Shall we play a game? Map is critical to understand. 3 plus 2 I see here. I see 5 entities here. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 as well, but I really see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Future unlocks past. Yes, in a way it does, since it confirms it. D-class Atlanta past. News unlocks map. Find the markers. 10 and 10 in a bracket. Privately operated plane. Atlanta to IAD. Extradition known. Extraction known. Dark darkness learned double meanings. Shutdown. Q POTUS at level 410. Very special place. Splash. Fox 3. The movie Splash has that actor Tom Hanks in it. Extraction good. So this would mean they're extracting someone at Atlanta, as if some of us thought of it from the storm board and Discord. Obviously an outage doesn't happen like that, and if it happens, building important like that, especially the world's busiest airport, gotta back up. Coincidentally, Atlanta Airport happens, the fire started where the backup power generator is located, which basically killed it. The storm's Discord. Ooh, are the numbers to get into the train correct or fake? Not intentionally harm a person we would not intentionally harm a person in pursuit of a target. This was retaliatory. RE Atlanta. They derailed. Punishment for it's Atlanta extraction. Wonder which pawn's off the table, or was it something higher? Bishop of the cult. Motherfucker, they took a bishop out of Atlanta, huh? Clock started 10 days. Q is straight saying 10 days of darkness started December 10th. Why did this link posted turn up 404 2 days later? Spend your thinking. You believe in coincidences? Oh, they tricked them. Yeah, I noticed that. Returns of 404. I noticed. House of Cards. 12 deals rejected today alone. Panic in DC. Trust sessions. Panic in DC, trust sessions. Enjoy the show. Panic in DC. National security. Look. Cabbage, Maverick, Justice Fed, remove appellate. 19 ops now. Operators active. Operators in harm's way. POTUS awake. No sleep during op. Trump could use military to launch his own coup. Same day. Coincidence? Nope. Are UFOs a distraction? Yes. How far away is the closest star? What do you think? Very good question. Very good answer. All the letters of the stringer are seat letters. Interesting. First post mentioned by Q disappeared or it was deleted. Here's a backup post from Anon. There's another one as well. It uses the same word, insane. There's a new insane conspiracy theory tearing up 4chan. Almost like they're following a scripted narrative. Conspiracy. Theme will be pushed. Big threat to them. All absorbed in RT. Feel proud. So left is grubbing for justification to take over UN. I actually heard Lionel say something on RT which was the funniest thing in ages, which was bad Peter. Just say bad Peter to people if you want to watch them freak the fuck out. And they will freak the fuck out. So left is grubbing for justification to take over with UN troops. And he says no. Fake. Source Q. Will be just one moment. And I'll leave this up on page there for a moment. Thinking of ways of simply describing what it is I'm reading here. I've been thinking a lot about what the Operation Mockingbird link is, and also what the Operation Mindfuck information means. because there's reaction and also counter reaction. But in some cases, mindfuck can work quite well against Mockingbird. Very well, in fact. A success last night. Roger that. So Chicago's a clear agony either way. Let's hope it all changes soon. National Guard. We won't telegraph our moves to the enemy. We will, however, light a fire to flush them out. Jeez, these guys are funny. I'm going to make this bigger again so it's easy to read. We have tremendous WW support. Worldwide support. Satan has left the White House. Day of days. Q, I've heard from people in France, Netherlands, Poland, Canada, and US. People hunger for light. We've lived under darkness for too long. Thank you. Day of Days, a movie. Reclusive, God-fearing 91-year-old man and a young Cuban refugee homemade worker struggle to come to terms with their regrets. Pair of pain of unacceptable loss. Cuban refugee homemade worker. Are we talking about fucking Jim Acosta here? What? Saudi intercepts H missile fired towards R. Reuters. Fox 3, Q. Bill Binney, William Binney. Former highly placed intelligence official with the NSA. Turned whistleblower. Yep. Alabama election was stolen. Surprise, surprise. Considering how happy CNN was to report on it, yeah, I kind of got that feeling. I do not doubt y'all are going to fix that one too. Thought when we 404 the link, that gave for confirmation. Learn. Whistleblower, truth or hero? Patriot of the highest caliber. Q, yep. Kushner, rumors he's next on Mueller's list. The end is near. Define corruption. Iris Weinschel, New York City Department of Transportation. Responsibility of DOT. Budget for the past 5 years. I could totally do a map. Oh my God, I could totally do a map here. I could totally map this shit out. My God, it would take me fucking forever, and I got all these other things to do. Budget the past 5 years, DOT Transportation. Former Commissioner, Empire State Development Corp., Urban Development Corp., Department of Economic Development, Integrated Resources, Inc., U.S. Senator of New York, followed down the hole. New York Times. Jessica Schumer, Michael Shapiro. These people are stupid. C.S. Soros, C.S. Playboy, C.S. Heidi Fleiss. Heidi Fleiss, evil clown blackmail. American former madam. Playboy models among 3 seeking $27 million, say Soros fund manager who beat them. Are we there yet? Twitter rants can be harmful. Lesson learned? How about Sierra Club? How about $22 in Singapore? How about, when does a bird sing? Goodbye, sea. Missing. Q, where are these children? Seriously, Q, where are these children? 3,000 plus saved by the raids in Saudi Arabia alone. Worldwide lanes shut down. Bottom to top. Haiti, Red Cross classified high priority. Board owner, mods, and other patriots. Sincere thanks for all you do. You're true heroes. Long overdue. My apologies. There will be a day within the next few months that a scary but safe personalized message finds its way to you on multiple platforms, recognizing your contributions. We thank you for your service. That's a huge message from Q for what he said. Red flag for some. Use critical thinking with your intuition and beliefs. Safety first. We had the USS, NSA, and DHS also protecting this message. No random IP needed, though we could implement it at a moment's notice. Godspeed. Q replied to Mav Lag, the CBTS board owner, accepting apologies, saying safety first. Sea to shining sea, direct code. Show the world our power. SWOP, swap. Red October. Sweet dreams. P first, public, not private. 21, 22. Oh, look, this is a dump from a device where he gave a go code. Amtrak, train derailment, victim identified. Third LD. Journalist vowed to expose George Soros, found dead. Yeah, Justin Trudeau's Bahamas vacation, this totally hit the news this past week. It totally fucking re-hit the news a year after. A year later, when we were yelling about it all year. Vehicle rams pedestrians in Melbourne. That's the one I've been looking at. That young guy, the young bicyclist. Found it. Holy shit. What's this? Has this been deleted? Team QAnon. Posted that day, but some problems occurred. His first posts were untripped. He said it doesn't work. The link directly his own post so we could know it's him. Pass anchored. No coincidences. Q posted again a few hours later. He's having problems with trip code. Is Goog Eric Schmidt resigned today. Post EO. Coincidence? Post the executive order. Yeah, exactly. But Q, what about the kids? No. HRC, yep. High priority. Put the question in the Chrome's answer to, yep. Give it a reader context. Correct exchange. Anons changed their mind, RE private public. We're listing. Highest priority have faith. Trip not working on multiple devices. That's probably a good thing. This last post, he was able to use his trip code, which confirmed, validate all the previous posts without trip code, but having the same ID. One device only. Multiple devices necessary. Posting again without, but was verified and still the same ID. Track CEO resignations. So, my brother and family took a WS tour today. Sorry you missed them. Soros takes orders from P. You have no idea how sick and evil these people are. Day of days, game over, Q. 22nd, QAnon's posts. Not added. This updated part is in progress. All my notes are handwritten. Rothschild family dynasty. Previous king. New king. New crown prince. Playboy. Needs to be done. Red Cross. Still isn't quite done yet. All the Q maps. Useful link. Q map part 1s through 1, 2, 3. List of politicians resigning and or not seeking re-election. What's a shill? How does it work? Data mining. Chatbot automated response sequence. Stop responding to shills. Sorting information from the paintings. Iron Eagle. Alice in Wonderland. Look. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 different ops. Oh yeah, 8, 9, 10. There's more of them. The swamp. The cabal. We're missing something here. We're missing a really obvious diagram. An old one. But it still works. Uranium 1. Oh, wow. Titanic, J.P. Morgan's created the panic. Owned the White Star, which built and which went down in order to murder Guggenheim, Isaac Strauss, Jacob Astor. These men will be worth much more. in order to get 1913 truth. The owl. Huh. Who's this? And who's that? Hmm. Almost at the bottom here. It's a good document. Yeah, YPH decipher. Look. That look you get in Saving the Children from Y. This is, oh wow, this is interesting. Is this reason the reason why Q revealed pH in swapping decider for decipher? Adrenaline, which result? Enzyme levels in adrenochrome. What happens with a person's blood pH when they're terrorized? Why is pH being pointed out instead of RH? Stringer codes are key locations ends within square brackets. Pattern established 2 digits for subsequent codes. B, C, Y, CH. First decryption key 38. Hmm. Semper Fi. And that's the last page. Interesting. Red Freedom. The Red Freedom one is rather cryptic. Wow. Gee whiz. So that's like a friggin' 8 hours worth of quick download into the brain. It's gonna be a while before I get back from there. I'm gonna call it an evening. I got other things to do. If you're joining me on YouTube, my name's James PFP. You can leave a comment below if you didn't want to chat. I don't think you do. And if you want to add anything to my understanding of what Q might possibly be, I am all over it because Discordian. I'm all over it, but I happen to not be an American. So it only concerns me insofar as the fucking CIA might fuck with me too. So without further ado, I'm going to take a break for a while. I'll probably be back in 8 hours or so. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you later.